What's up, everybody? I just wanted to make a quick video on how I installed my ZRO Road Optics wheel rings from Fastech. Just to show you guys how I put these things on. First, you're going to obviously jack up the car and take off the wheel. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is take off your rotor. On the brake line, you're going to take this bolt off. It's a 10mm bolt. It basically just holds the brake line up here and out of the way. And then you can set your caliper on the ground or hang it up somewhere. And then you take your rotor off. And then you follow the instructions that Fastech gives you as putting the brackets on the wheel ring. You'll have to adjust it. And you'll have to cut a little bit of excess off, like I did right here. Now, putting these together, a 5.5mm socket fits these nuts, and I forget what size Allen head goes on these. See if I can zoom out. But yeah, these brackets, they just screw into the dust plate. Self-tapping screws. There's 4 brackets per wheel ring. Like I said, they are adjustable. I can get a shot of the backside. You probably won't be able to see. You can see where I put the self-tapping screws in. But basically, when you go to line these up to make sure that they are absolutely as center as possible, you'll want to get some mini C-clamps. These things are super helpful. And what you'll do is you'll put the brackets on. You'll figure out where about you want to put the brackets on the dust shield. It does kind of dip in right there, so I put the first bracket right there, and you gotta allow space for the caliper. And at the edge of the dust shield right here is where I put the other one. Those ones are the furthest apart, like right here and right there. And I put the other two furthest away but closest together on that side. It's pretty rigid. It's not going to go anywhere. So what I did is took my mini C-clamp after I put these brackets on the wheel ring, brought the wheel ring outside to the car and kind of mocked it up. I held it on the dust cover, or the dust shield, with this C-clamp on this bracket right here. Then I slid the rotor over it and kind of centered it up with tape measure, made sure it was even. I think it's on the outside of my rotor, it's about 1 1/8 all the way around, so at that point I knew it was dead center. So I took my other C-clamp and snugged it up on the bottom to make any small adjustments that I might need. Took the rotor off and tightened the C-clamps down. Ran a screw in this one, and then I ran a screw in that one. Then I moved my C-clamps to these brackets and ran screws in those, and that's really all there is to it. And you're probably wondering, so, well, how am I going to get the caliper back onto the rotor and put the rotor back on and everything like that? Bolts in the back for the caliper, those are 18mm. So what I did is I took the rotor and I slid it through the opening that's going to be right here, because the dust shield stops like right here. So I slid it through here, like sideways, and I slid the rotor into the caliper and slid it over the wheel hub, screwed in the caliper bolts. And it helps if you screw this in first, if you can. Just make sure that this is lined up with the way you're going to put your rotor on. Otherwise, you're going to be pulling it back out and spinning it like I had to. But yeah, once you do that, I mean, it's a pretty easy process. If I'd have known that, like I did on the other side, which was my learning experience, the whole front process would have been a lot easier. Want to do the back wheels, I'll make a little short video on that too. But as far as the wiring goes, you pretty much just kind of put that wherever you feel comfortable doing it. Fastech instructions say that they're supposed to stay away from heat, so make sure they're away from any source of heat, which I kind of find ironic being right next to the rotor. Anyways, that's all I got for now. I'll make another video for the back wheels once I get those done. Thanks.